Delegation can seem to be this quite simple task for a leader to execute on, and oftentimes the leader will struggle with this simple task. And we can turn to work in PQ and EQ to be able to understand why. So PQ, positive intelligence, is offered by Dr. Shirzad Chamine. And in his work, he describes that there is a universal saboteur, the narrative, the thinking that goes in our head. And this universal saboteur is called the judge. Now in our EQ, our emotional quotient, our emotional self-awareness will signal us when the judge is present. We can feel it. We can feel its negative energy. When we combine these two things, PQ and EQ, we're getting the signal from our body to pay attention that the judge is present. And once we notice the judge is present, in PQ, there's an identification that an accomplice to the judge will show up. In a failure to delegate, perhaps this accomplice is the controller, the one that will lie to you to say, no one else will be able to do this task as well as you can. If you're not going to do it, it's not going to get done well or perfectly or right or on time. Just let me do it to be certain it gets done in a specific way. And that controller is lying under the guise of the judge that's critiquing everything and is billowing up emotionally within us. So it's disrupting our capacity to rely on our relationships and what we know with our individual contributors, but also to rely on our own self-regard, how we see ourselves and our perception of our capacity, and also makes our decision-making really foggy. And so something as simple as delegating tasks becomes a difficult task for the leader. So what are we to do? Well, when we combine PQ and EQ, we're to be building our strengths and emotional self-awareness to pay attention to the signals emotionally, the feelings that we have that something's going on. Notice the judge, pay attention to the thinking, and disrupt the spiral of the thinking emotions that drives poor decision-making.